cell level formatting. So we've seen how we can format everything around the cell. But what if we actually want to format the contents? Okay, so the actual values that we have inside. We can do that very easily. Now, firstly, if you want to color a cell, the easiest way to do it is, you might have found out, from the top in the font section on the home tab, you can simply select the color right here. Now, apart from that, you can also right click and go to format cells. And if you go to the fill tab at the very top, you can do the very same thing. So that was a very quick run through the coloring. Now, what if I actually want to customize these numbers? Well, I'll tell you from now, the most common formatting types for values in cells are numbers, currency, dates, and percentages. And I'm just going to show you each and every one of them very quickly. So for example, the numbers here, as you can see, they're already formatted. Okay, so if you go to the number tab and you choose number, you can format them as you want. So you can customize the number of decimals. Because we have student numbers, I'm just going to keep this at 0. And you can choose to put the separator, the 1000 separator in there. As you can see, these cells already have it, or you can deselect it. The same thing goes for negative numbers, and if you do accounting in Excel, then this will be particularly useful. Now, I've taken out the separator, and if I press OK, as you can see, the numbers have been reformatted. Now, the same thing applies here, and as you can see here, I don't have the separator in every single cell. But here, because I have revenues, I'm going to choose the currency. So if I click currency, I have the same options. I'm going to leave 2 decimal places because the revenues, obviously they can have decimal places, and you can choose which symbol you want to use. So I can choose English United States, and it's going to be shown in dollars, and basically that's what it will look like. Now, moving on to dates, I've already formatted these dates. As you can see here, that's how I've inputted the values, but with dates, it's very, very similar. So if I go on format cells, I go on date. This is actually a custom format that Excel automatically applies because it has some built-in custom formats, but you can actually change that. So if I go to date, as you can see, you can also calculate the day of the week when that was, when that took place, and I have all of these different formats that I can choose. So I'm just going to roll with this one because I think it looks cool, and I'm going to expand the cells so that it shows everything. Finally, I have a year-on-year growth right here for students, and these should be percentages. As you can see, there's a formula which divides these 2 cells and shows the year-on-year increase or decrease from 2014 to 2015. Now, if I want to make this a percentage, I apply the same process. So I go in formatting, number, and percentages. And here I can only customize the number of decimal places. Let's say I want to put 1, and voila. Everything stays exactly the same values, but now they're shown in percentages. Finally, I want to show you a very quick tip that I personally didn't know for a few months when I was working with Excel, and I saw some people do it, and I thought it was very interesting, is if you look at this section right here, which says number, and particularly these 2 buttons will increase the decimals in your formatting. So say, for example, here you want to have 3 decimals. Instead of right-clicking, going on format, going on percentages, and change the decimals from there, you can literally condense them by pressing that button and expand them by pressing this button. And this can apply to the revenues as well. So I can actually condense the revenues and leave no decimals, or play the same way with the number of students. So I hope that was helpful, and now you have a good idea about how to format numbers and values that you have in different cells.